So today we are going to discuss about the COUNTIF functions. In a previous video we had seen and we had learned regarding the sum functions, the various type of sum functions in our daily use, and today we are going to study about the count functions. So just a like quick view of how many count functions are there. There are 5 count functions in our Excel right now which we are going to study today, and so they are count, count A, count blanks, countif and countifs. So I'll just a normal recap of what all does this contain, what all each function means like. So first of all, count function. So count function will give you the count of the number of cells in a range that contains the numbers, the total numbers basically. Then it comes the count A function. This function counts the number of cells in a range that are not empty. So say they are 1 to 100, but and then in between you have just deleted some number of cells. So say 5 cells, there's a blank or something like that, 5. So total number count will come as 95. Then comes as count blank. The count number, this counts the number of empty cells in the specified ranges of cells. So the count blank function, we come on the count blank function. This calculates the number of empty cells in a specified range of cells. Okay, so however I said 1 to 100, 5 empty cells, it will count as 5. COUNTIF function. So this is a very important and very helpful function in daily use life, but we don't generally use it because we don't actually know how to use it okay, when we are analyzing our data. So COUNTIF function, what does it do is count the number of cells within a range that meets the given condition. So say if you want to say that, say against my x number, so I want only x number of cells, say apples, and so in the previous video I had shown you there are 5 apples and store locations were there. So you can against apples and count, you can show it as how many against apples how many data sets are there, so in that ways. Then on we come on the other function that says countifs. So the previous function countif function was just for one condition, whereas if you come in countifs, there will be several conditions that you can apply, and then you can get the answer over it. So now as we have seen how many count functions were there. Now we'll go on the practical aspects, how it works actually. So first of all, I'll go on count function, that is total number of values, how it as I told you, there are a number of cells, how much is the data set it contains. So I have applied here a count function that you can see is equals to count. It will only count the number of cells that contains numbers. So if you want to just find out the numbers, I'm taking this data as my example, and then I'm applying this this range of the cell, and then I hit enter. So I got 2. So you can see there are 2 data value sets that are in numbers. Okay, now we come on the function that is my now what it says is countif function. Okay, so count A function, sorry, we'll go on the count A function. How many count A function, what count A says. So I have applied it here. What count A calculates is equals to count A. Okay, number of cells that are not empty. Okay, so it will count that is not empty. So here is in my data set, it will calculate as, and then brackets close, enter, it comes as 8. If you can see, there are 2 1 and the other set is second. These are empty cells, hence count A will not calculate the empty cells in the data set range that you have given to the system. Now then I come on countif function. What countif function does? Now countif function, so before that countif function, there's one more function, that is count blank function. So it will calculate the number of blanks in the data sets that you have provided. Okay, so how will it work is, again see, I've applied already, but I'll help you how to do it. Count blank, just what you have to do is, so you have to type the thing and then you have to just scroll, you will get the function as it is, hit tab, you don't need to type the whole thing. Okay, and then basically you can from the arrow keys also, you can again scroll back to your data set and then control shift arrow keys to select to do the data selection. So again hit enter. After closing your brackets, you get 2. So how many blanks were there? As I showed you, there were 2 blanks over there, right? Now I come on COUNTIF functions. First of all, COUNTIF function, what does it say is, now my COUNTIF function, what I've applied here is, that is on my data set, that I want whatever it should contain some certain, it should contain some text values. So that's why by putting asterisk helps on including all the data values with any character strength. So putting asterisk and within the colons you will get within the colons you will get the any range of set, any data range set which you have, you can just apply it and then you can find it. So here I have applied again. If I'll just show you, and COUNTIF function is used for one single condition that you want to post, like if you want to put one single condition, then you use a COUNTIF function. So equals to count. Again I've got my function. I'll hit a tab. I'll give the range, that is here till here. Okay, count shift, and then comma. What is my criteria? My criteria is that it should be a data set, that should be a string basically. And then I have calculated as a string. Enter. I've got 6 where it was not numbers but it was actually a string. Okay, then so please, this is a pro tip, you have to keep it with yourself, that whenever you want to find out, whenever you are putting condition on somewhere else and you don't want to hit on you don't want to hit on the length of the string that is there, but you want to hit on whether it is a string or not, you can use this function brackets colon #, and then you can put on the function and you will find all this data sets that includes in a string. Okay, now then I come on COUNTIF function. So here I have not applied, just because I wanted to show how this can be done. Okay, so now what we'll put here is as COUNTIF. So at least COUNTIFs are used for one or more than one condition. So it's basically for more than one condition, that's why it's required. Okay, data set. So this, for example, we'll take where there's more than one condition you have to put. There should be more apples and accessories there are. So what I did was, first I took the whole data. So I took the whole data from up shift control shift copy, and then I just pasted it here, like just for example to get the unique list. Okay, so I just copied and pasted, and then I went into datas, remove duplicates, all. I remove the duplicates. So I got how many? 4 unique values that I copied and made a list out of it. Okay, so that's how I got this particular list from my data set. And similarly I got for city. Okay, so what I did was I copied the whole thing, copy, and then paste it on certain place, and then again remove the duplicates and found out the list for the cities that are there. Okay, again then I pasted prepared a list of the cities that are there. Now how I'm going to use my function now, COUNTIFs, I want my data for apples and accessories, for how many products were there for this particular location, for particular city, and how for particular store location city, how many data sets were there against apples and accessories. So how will I find? So what I did was I applied more than more than one COUNTIF function, because what I have to check, first I have to check whether first of all I have to check on the city, and then I have to check on the type of product category. So that's the reason I use COUNTIF function, as the more than one condition can be applied. So what does it say is, so for example here we used here, if you can just see, for example, I'm just taking it is equals to COUNTIF. I'll type it COUNTIFs. Okay, then criteria range 1. What is my criteria range 1? My criteria range 1 is, okay, my criteria range 1 is from here till here. Okay, and then category. So I also have to tell you how to prepare, make a data set or a list as per one particular name also. So I will just help you on that also. Criteria range 1. And what is the criteria? My criteria range is that on, now I have to, my criteria range is on store location. Okay, so my store location is another criteria range again. Then I'll close the brackets, and then my what does it say is that it should be for a particular city. So I am selecting for Chicago, so that comes here, and then I'll close my brackets because I just wanted 2 conditions, and I'll hit enter, and then I'll find 2. Okay, So this is the manner how I did it. Now the perfect condition and the manner you use to put this formula is in this manner. I'll help you on how to convert this particular thing into a into a particular data set or something like that. What you have to do is go, you have selected this, hit enter key, okay, insert okay, wait, yeah. So when you have to convert this into a particular data set type, or into a category or a name, a particular data set only, that whenever it has to be used, it has to be used as a whole. So what you will do, you will hit the insert key or that way, and then you will find define name. So you can just define the name as store location or city. I'll just define it as city, okay, and then hit enter. This is converted as your city. So whenever you want to type here, you can just type it as city rather, okay, that is city, yeah, it captured as city. You can look at here, captured as city, captured city, just hit it up, and then the function will not change at all because you had named it as, the whole data set was named it as city. So you don't need to again go back to the function and then change it or something like that. Okay, so here we enter on finish it on COUNTIF functions, and I hope this will help you. And if you want to change it also, so if you want to change also, then you can use, if you want to use again, name it or change the name, you have to go into formulas, define a name. You can define again it as store location, or you can change as store location also, okay. You can use it as store location also. So it already heads there, so what it will give you the reason it's not valid, it's already in some other book or something like that. So you can do it, apply a different name, define a name. So on that basis you can just change it also, okay, on this, and you can change on the basis on the scope of the, whether it is only for this workbook or various particular syntax formula only you can use, or various other complex one, which sheet you want it to be there or not. So in that case you can just add, okay. So here we end on the count functions that were available with Excel. Thank you.